Warm welcome from the Grace College of Engineering, which is located at Tutu Green, and this is Besley Angel from the Department of Tripoli. Now I am going to teach about an experiment from electrical machines to laboratory, that is the measurement of negative and zero sequence impedance of an alternator. So the ultimate aim of this experiment is to measure the negative and zero sequence impedance for our given alternator. So in order to construct this circuit diagram in our laboratory, we require some of the apparatus which is tabulated in this tabular column, that is ammeter, voltmeter, rheostat, three-phase auto transformer, tachometer and connecting wires. So here ammeter, we are having the ranges in the tabular column, that is 0 to 5 ohms range ammeter we want, and also 0 to 2 ampere range ammeter we want. So one is mentioned as a MI type and one is mentioned as MC. So the MI type meant for our AC circuit and MC for our DC circuits. So voltmeter, similarly we are having the voltmeter range as 0 to 300 volt, and its type is MI. So here it is used as used for our AC circuit. So these meters are used to measure the ampere in ammeter and voltage in our voltmeter. Okay, so here we are having a rheostat. So what is the purpose of the rheostat? Here is it is used in the motor side, and in order to adjust the speed of the motor to match the synchronous speed of our alternator. So in this case we record a rheostat. So by adjusting the rheostat only we can obtain the speed of our motor. Three-phase auto transformer, it will be used in our alternator side. So to adjust or giving various excitation, we can read the voltage and ampere with the help of the meters we are mentioned here. So for that we record an auto transformer in our alternator side. Tachometer, it is used to display the speed range of our motor. So we can obtain the speed measurement in this tachometer, and we need the connecting wires to connect all the component in our laboratory. So let me enter into the circuit diagram of the experiment. It consists of two things. One is for our negative sequence and another one is for our zero sequence. So let us consider what is the what is happen in our alternators related to your negative sequence and zero sequence. Means when you have a synchronous generator that is carrying an unbalanced load, it will operate and its operations may be analyzed by your symmetrical components. Okay, so in a machine the sequence current produce an armature reaction which is stationary with respect to your reactance, and it's stationary with respect to your field poles. So the component current therefore encounter exactly same as that by a balanced load as discussed. So the negative sequence is produced and your armature reaction which rotate around the armature at a synchronous speed is in the direction to that of the field pole which I mentioned, and therefore the rotate part the field pole at the synchronous speed. Then include a current in the field damper winding and the rotor iron is induced. So here the impedance encountered by the negative sequence is called the negative sequence impedance of your generator or alternator. Then the zero sequence currents produce then enter into the zero sequence means that current produces a flux in each phase but a combined armature reaction at the air gap that is zero. Okay, the impedance encountered by this current is therefore different from the encountered by positive and negative sequence component, and it is called as zero sequence impedance of a generator. Okay, so this is the thing what is this is the thing will defines the what is negative sequence and zero sequence of an alternator. So here I am taking the circuit diagram and let me consider the circuit diagram. Here we are consists of two part, that is motor side and alternator side. Here the motor side consists of an DC supply and DPST switches, and then after that in order to start your motor we record a 3-point starter. So it consists of LFA terminal, and your L will be connected to your one of the phase of your DC supply, and F will be connected to your rheostat, and your armature will be connected to your armature of your motor. Okay, so therefore your rheostat will be adjusted to here. Your rheostat will be connected to your field of your motor, thereby you can adjust your rheostat to make the motor to obtain the speed which is matches to your alternator speed, that is synchronous speed. So after that we can change the excitation by means of your three-phase variac, that is auto transformer, in your alternator side, and obtain the voltage and ampere with the help of your voltmeter and ammeter. So let me briefly explain the alternator side. So before that, the operation, I'm just what is the connections behind your alternator I will explain. That is, we are having the alternator and it will be connected to your wattmeter and your ammeter and to your auto transformer. So your auto transformer will be connected to your DPST switch. Okay, DPST switch. So here when your motor come to your synchronous speed which is equal to your alternator speed, then your switch DPST switch will be closed. Then your auto transformer is adjusted, or in other word we can give the excitation, various excitation for getting the voltage and ampere. Okay, so this is the thing we have to done in this experiment. Okay, first let me conclude this. First you have to design this, you have to connect all the equipment as per the circuit diagram. After that you have to adjust the rheostat of the field which is connected to your field of your motor to get to obtain the synchronous speed of your alternator. Then your DPST switch will be closed. Then auto transformer will be raised from the initial position, that is from 0, and we can obtain a voltage and ampere in your ammeter and voltmeter which is connected to your alternator. Okay, and here we are missing the part, that is the starter. Initially the starter is used to start your motor. With the help of the starter alone the motor will be run, and after that you have to adjust your field and so on. So this is the thing we have to do with your negative sequence circuit diagram. And before entering into the experiment you have to note down all the nameplate detail of your DC shunt motor and three-phase alternator which is located in your laboratory. So this is the important thing, and you should know the rated current of your alternator. This is the main thing you have to do, since we should not give the excitation beyond the rated current of your alternator. So you have to you should note your rated current of your alternator here. And we are having the tabular column for our negative sequence, that is we should note the voltage and ampere from your voltmeter and ammeter which is connected across the alternator when you are varying your excitation of your auto transformer with the help of your auto transformer. Thereafter you have to calculate the impedance Z2 for your negative sequence, that is Z2 is equal to V divided by I. So thereby we can calculate this Z2. Okay, the main thing is here is finished. Next let me enter into the zero sequence impedance circuit diagram. Here also we are having the motor and alternator part. So first thing we are having the DC supply for your motor, and started as same thing in order to start your motor at the initial state, and rear starter is also there to adjust to get the speed of your alternator for your motor. And after that here also you have to adjust your auto transformer from your initial stage to different values for getting the voltmeter and ammeter. Okay, so here also after your motor will get into the speed of your alternator speed, then your TPST switch will be closed, and then your auto transform will be raised from 0 position to another value in order to get the voltage in ampere which is connected with where we get the to get the voltage in ampere which is in the voltmeter and ammeter respectively, which is connected to our alternator. And keep a point in your mind, that is you have to give the excitation up to your rated current of your alternator. So here it is 6.9 amps. So your nameplate details here I'm just taking the current rated current will of an three phase alternator will be 6.9 amps. So you have to adjust your auto transformer or give excitation till your rated current. After your rated current you won't you do not give the you do not adjust your or give an excitation for your auto transformer. Okay, so this is the thing you have to done with your zero sequence impedance for an alternator circuit. And the main thing is here zero sequence tabular column. So V and I will be noted for different excitation of our with the help of your auto transformer. From that you can calculate the Z0, that is your zero sequence impedance, and that is equal to 3V divided by I. Okay, so then this tabular column will gives you the impedance of your negative and zero sequence of an alternator. And after that you have to measure the reactance of both the reactant and also the resistance value with the help of this formulas, that is for negative and zero sequence separately. Here we are having the R2 value and also x2 value. Here R2 is nothing but your resistance value and x2 is your reactant value. So these things can be obtained from the reading which is obtained from our tabular column. So from the reading of it we can calculate the R2 and x2 for our negative sequence and also for your zero sequence. Zero sequence is also having some of the formula, that is x0 and R2. This x0 will refer the reactant for the zero sequence component, and R2 will be your resistant for your zero sequence component. Okay, so this is the thing we have to done with your experiment. And short in briefly I am explaining the experiment. You have to connect all the components as per your circuit diagram and note down the voltage and ampere for the different excitation which is obtained with the help of your three-phase auto transformer. Before that, you have to adjust your rheostat to get the motor speed to your synchronous speed of your alternator, and then you should calculate your measured your Z2 and Z0 as a impedance of negative and zero sequence respectively. Similarly, you can calculate the resistance and your reactance of both sequences of a alternator. So thus um, you can measure your negative zero sequence impedance with the help of your alternator. Hope you understand this experiment and concept, and thank you.